Today is Tuesday, November 12th. This is Noreen Johnson, and here are the good news headlines of the day. President-elect Donald Trump is expected to tap Senator Marco Rubio to be his Secretary of State when he takes office in January. The New York Times reported that multiple people familiar with Trump's thinking said that he had appeared to settle on Rubio. Rubio is widely known as a foreign policy hawk and is a solid pick for reestablishing American dominance on the global stage. He is especially known for taking hard lines on China and Iran, according to the report. He initially found himself at odds with those Republicans who were more skeptical about interventions abroad, but he has also echoed Trump more recently on issues like Russia's war against Ukraine, saying that the conflict has reached a stalemate and needs to be brought to a conclusion. The moves come after Trump already named Representative Elise Stefanik to UN ambassador, former acting director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement Tom Homan to be his new border czar, and former Representative Lee Zeldin to lead the Environmental Protection Agency. A portion of donations to a fundraising committee associated with the Harris-Walz campaign will be directed toward a Recount effort. Those who want to donate on Act Blue, a nonprofit fundraising platform, will see a fine print that warns them that the campaign could launch a Recount effort. The push to beef up the Recount account comes as the Harris campaign is reportedly $20 million in debt. The donations are made to the Harris Victory Fund, which is part of a joint fundraising committee authorized by the Harris campaign, the Democratic National Committee, and state Democratic parties. There was no indication that Harris was seeking a recount for herself after having lost to President-elect Trump in a decisive victory in which he swept all the battleground states as well as the popular vote. The Harris-Walz campaign reportedly spent $1 billion during its failed run. The Harris campaign website says this: "With a handful of key Senate and House races still too close to call, we are keeping our organizers and volunteers on the ground in those states to see the election across the finish line." And then this, nearly 1 week after Election Day, Republicans were projected to keep control of the House, completing a 2024 sweep that also included the GOP winning the Senate and President-elect Donald Trump securing another term in the White House. The current numbers stand at 214 Republicans and 205 Democrats in the House race. GOP leadership elections in the House are expected to take place on Wednesday. House Democrats are slated to hold their leadership elections next week. Representative Mike Johnson is running to keep the Speaker's gavel, but the House likely will not vote on that position until January. In other news, according to EWTN, 2 bishops said that bishops should discuss and act on a recent report that Catholic hospitals have provided pediatric sex change services for patients 17 and younger. Their comments come as the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops holds its annual fall meeting in Baltimore, which began on Monday. As the Register reported last month on October 8th, a medical watchdog organization called Do No Harm released a database finding that about 150 Catholic hospitals in the United States provided pediatric sex change services between 2019 and 2023, including 33 Catholic hospitals that performed so-called gender reassignment surgeries on minors. More than 520 minors received treatments in Catholic hospitals in about 40 states during that 5-year period, according to the data. More than 150 had surgeries to alter their appearances to resemble the opposite sex, while more than 380 children were given puberty blockers or hormone therapies. Bishop Conley told the Register that he's hopeful individual bishops through private conversations will be able to persuade the leaders of Catholic hospitals not to participate in procedures that deliberately alter sexual appearance. And then today we celebrate the feast day of Saint Josaphat, a martyr of Christian unity, a preacher, ascetic, and a wise and holy monk. He became the first saint of the Eastern Church to be canonized by Rome in 1867. He was also known for praying the Jesus Prayer so often that some monks said they could hear him whispering it while he slept. St. Josephat, pray for us. And those are your daily good news headlines. This is Catholics for Catholics. May God bless you, and may God bless the USA.